Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of What's Up with the Universe. Well, 2020 has been a very exciting year. Yes, it has. One second. Okay, let me do this actually correctly now. 2020 has been a very exciting year. But 2021 is the year for eclipses, meteor showers, and comets. Yes. We have a great year coming up with us for a lot of very interesting astronomical events. I mean, 2020 it produced several memorable astronomical events like the surprise appearance by Comet C 2020 F3 Neowise, which people actually saw with the naked eye. That was a very surprise for a lot of people. I mean, the surefire, the Geminoid meteors, the Quantray meteor shower is 2021's first major meteor shower of this upcoming year. I mean, unfortunately, a bright, waning gibbous moon will light up the sky on the unexpected peak night from late January 2nd until dawn of January 3rd. I mean, a fine, once in a lifetime close pairing of Jupiter and Saturn rounded out the year. As you can see right here, let me go back to this. This picture was taken by Taylor Strubar from Strubar Astro on Twitter. I love this picture. This is basically where it was in the sky compared to the ISS. This was called the Great Conjunction. People called it the Christmas star, the Bethlehem star, the holiday star. But it was not a star. It was two planets coming into one that actually was an optical illusion that looked like one star. But it was Saturn and Jupiter. 2020, NASA also renamed the telescope for a space icon and also helped confirm water on new areas of the moon. Yeah. Some of the highlights from last year, they basically included the James Webb Telescope completing a series of rigorous environmental tests, including a system test, a ground segment test, and a final observatory acoustics and vibration environmental test. Yes, I can't speak today. Hey, Mountains, what's up, dude? Also, as you can see here, the Hubble telescope. It's been in orbit for 30 years right now. And it's continuing making this groundbreaking discoveries, such as the disappearing exoplanet Fomalhaut B, and the best evidence yet for a mid-sized black hole. Astronomers, they also confirmed the first planet. They also confirmed the first planet orbiting a white dwarf using data from the TESS and the retired Spitzer Space Telescope. Of course, after moving more than 16 years studying the universe in infrared light, the Spitzer Telescope also came to an end in January. Yeah, it was sad news for the Spitzer, but here's also some good news close to home. For the first time, science has actually discovered water on the sunlit side of the moon. Yep. Data from the retired Kepler Space Telescope revealed that about half the sun's stars could actually host rocky planets and habitable zones. Also, let's see, the NASA scientists used computer simulations to show how the moon and Earth once shared a magnetic field. All this information I'm telling you about NASA discoveries is on the NASA. You can go to the NASA image website below, and you can basically click on the main NASA page. If you want to read more about this information here. Let's see, what else happened? Yes, of course, the Wide Infrared Survey Telescope was renamed after Nancy Grace. It's called the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope. If you aren't familiar who Nancy Grace is or was, I talked about her. She was the first chief astronomer. Yes. What the telescope is going to do is going to investigate long-standing astronomical mysteries, basically the force behind the universe's expansion, and search for distant planets beyond our solar system. And I'm going to be talking more about the universe's expansion later on, so kind of remember that. There's a quiz afterwards. There's a quiz. Let's see. More than 15,000 participants from about 150 countries participated in something called the Virtual Space App COVID-19 Challenge in May. In October, more than 26,000 participants from around the world participated in the Virtual Space Apps Challenge. Let's see, what did you say, Mountains? I believe at one stage, the moon's magnetic field was actually more powerful than the Earth, and being so close, they had a joint electromagnetic field. That's one hypothetical theory, yeah. Yeah, you can read more about what NASA found on the little on the NASA page if you want. Otherwise, you can just take it for granted or just go, okay, I understand. If anybody knows anything about heliophysics, the agency joined ESA to launch a solar satellite to study the sun's our sun's solar poles. And after that, ESA released the first solar orbiter data to the community and to the wider public in September. The sun, right? Speaking of the sun, did you know the sun has a cycle about every 11 years or so? And it was stirring from its latest slumber. Sunspots and flare bubbles from the sun's surface. Basically, it's a sign of a new solar age for everybody. Hey, Yvette. Hey, Yvette. How's it going? Hey, Parrot. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. I'm sorry. Hi, Eli-hoo-hoo. Hi. Hey, Mountains. Hey, Parrot Head. Hey, Pixels. LDG Pixels. Hey, Yvette. And I said something. Okay. I said everybody hi in the chat right now. So if you've been watching on this on rewatch, hi. Oh, yeah. I was talking about the sun. The solar cycle ranges about every 11 years, and 2021 is coming into the bigger solar cycle, which we're going to see a lot more solar flares and sunspots. Of course, if we do happen to get a big CME, coronal mass ejection, we'll have plenty of time to shut down our power plants because we don't want to have another Carrington effect. Oh no. Let's see. They also remember, don't say his name 3 times. LOL. I know, but too late. He's already in the chat. Parrot Head. Pixels, pickles, pickles. See, he's already in the chat. Oh yeah. Speaking of the magnetic field, 2020 scientists also continue to observe and model an unusual weak spot in Earth's magnetic field. Basically, to monitor and predict future changes to help predict our satellites and humans in space. Let's see. What else happened in 2020? Oh, NASA announced the selection of 8 new interdisciplinary research teams. Yes, inaugurating its Interplanetary Consortia for Astrobiology Research Program. Ooh, that's a mouthful. I had to actually put that on my little notes. I know some people don't understand the acronyms and stuff, but hey, I will actually word out some stuff sometimes. Have I heard about the signals being detected from Proxima Centauri? Yes, I actually have, Alexander, and scientists say it was not aliens. They say it was basically a back signal from one of our own satellites. This is what they are saying it is. But Proxima Centauri does have a planet, and we're not really sure. I have not off the top of my head if it's in the habitable zone or not, but Proxima Centauri does have a planet orbiting its star. Let's see. Juno spacecraft. Yes. The GIRAM. It's the infrared auroral mapper thing. It provided the very first infrared mapping of the North Pole of Jupiter's moon, Ganymede. Oh, you're welcome, Everick. NASA scientists also selected 4 discovery programs, investigations to develop concept studies for new missions focused on basically completing tasks that NASA has not been able to actually do recently. Basically, they're going to rehash some old projects and ideas. Hopefully. Just 2 days after the OSIRIS-X Rex touchdown on Bennu, images actually confirmed. Yes, they actually confirmed that the spacecraft collected more than enough material to meet one of its main mission requirements. And I also talked about OSIRIS-REx mission on one of the previous shows. You can go on a little playlist on my channel called What's Up with the Universe. It's a playlist of all these episodes here. In case you're ever curious about what I talked about and what's up with the universe. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, yes, the Planetary Defense Coordination Office. They did a close flyby of the NEO 2020 OR2, and of course the flyby comet Neowise. NEO, for any refreshers, is near-Earth asteroid, near-Earth object. Anything close enough to come to Earth's path to basically make a collision for us. Yes. Okay, what else? Oh, yes, the Mars sample return. They had an independent review board. Basically, for partnership with how to return basically samples from another planet. They're planning missions to go to Mars. There's already a landing coming up soon. There's a countdown. What is the countdown right here? Oh, I lost the tab for the countdown. Here it is. Perseverance. Countdown to landing, February 18th, 2021, which is in 50 days, 25 minutes, and 48 seconds. Yes, I have a countdown. I have a countdown clock here. Yes, I am a nerd. Let's see. Like I said about the sun, yes, the sun also woke from a slumber. It produced some of the most massive sunspots of recent years, of course. This coming up year right here, since we're going to solar maximum, expects more of the same in 2021. Of course, along with increased aurora borealis and aurora australis activity. Those are the auroras. You can see it in the north and southern hemisphere of Earth. Let's see. That was 2020. There were some great events that happened, but there's a lot more that's going to happen in 2021. Let's see. What did you say in the chat? I'm sorry. Not described as exoplanet, unfortunately. Yvette? Yeah, I know. And a flyby. Well, some of the calendar of 2021 is going to be very exciting. We have January, starting in January next month. We have multiple eclipses, seasons of Jupiter's moons. Yep. April 17th, there's a lunar occultation of Mars, which means the red planet will disappear behind the moon. April 22nd is the LIGO meteor shower, which you get about 18 meteors per hour. May 26th is a total lunar eclipse. June 10th is the total solar eclipse. June 23rd, Mars passes behind the Beehive cluster, M44 for all you sky watchers. August 12th is the Perseid meteor peak. Yes, I always love the August Perseid meteor peak. It's usually clear at nights here on the West Coast. And of course, on August 18th, there's also a close conjunction of Mars and Mercury. October 10th, the torrid fireball season peaks. And why is it called the fireball? Fireball? Because you'll see a lot of them that night. On November 19th, there's a partial lunar eclipse. December 4th, there's going to be a total solar eclipse. Basically, yes, a satellite. Oh, yeah, I was talking about 2021. So what's coming up here? Okay, I gave you guys basically a brief breakdown of what's happening. So let's break down some stuff that's happening in 2021. We have eclipses. There is basically the minimum number of eclipses that can occur in one calendar year, which is 4 eclipses. There's 2 solar eclipses and 2 lunar eclipses. If you're not exactly sure what a lunar eclipse is, it's basically when the sun is when the sun passes in front of the moon. Here's a little chart you guys should read right here. Basically, it describes how the sun's rays basically block the scattered by the Earth's atmosphere and causing an eclipse here, as you can see with the little charts. I will pause and let you guys check this out for a second while I get a little drink. I'm thirsty. Okay, that's better. The lunar eclipses, basically. A total lunar eclipse will happen on May 26th with the maximum duration of about 15 minutes, centered on the Pacific Rim region, and about a 97% umbral, which is a partial lunar eclipse. Sorry, I couldn't hear myself. That's for November 19th. As you can see on the map right here, everywhere in blue, the dark blue, is where you're going to see the best part of the eclipse. The lighter the shades, the further away from the center of the actual eclipse itself. You want to go see partial eclipses. But everybody down south of the equator, like in Australia and New Zealand, you're going to see a wonderful eclipse. We have on November 19th, favoring the Americas, North Europe, Eastern Asia, Australia, and Pacific. This is the lunar eclipse that we would be able to see here in the Americas. Everybody across the pond, sorry, Yvette, you're going to see a partial eclipse. On November 19th, yeah, this is going to happen on November 19th, so mark your calendars. Yes, the Antarctic ice wall is huge. Mountains. Next, we have solar eclipses. An annual solar eclipse will happen on June 10th with a maximum duration of about 3 minutes and 51 seconds, crossing the Arctic. The red is where you will be able to see the full total eclipse. The yellow is partial eclipse. A total solar eclipse on December 4th will, with a maximum duration of about 1 minute and 54 seconds, it's going to cross the Antarctica. So everybody down south in Antarctica, all those penguins, they're going to see an eclipse. Lucky them. Well, okay. I talked about some stuff that's happening with the planets. Basically the planets, they're going to continue to dance across the sky in our own little vision of view. Mercury and Venus are interior to the orbit of the Earth, and of course they always appear in the dawn or dusk sky, basically going back and forth around the sun. The best time to catch either of these two planets is when they're near the greatest elongation, or at the farthest angle versus the sun as seen from the Earth. I know, I just had a long word for you. Elongation. Okay, why did I just mess up with you guys and talk about long words? Well, elongation, basically, it's the angular separation of a planet from the sun or a satellite from a planet as seen from an observer. Because basically, in ancient times, when you looked at the sun, moon, and different stars and planets, they formed the basis of the timekeeping and navigation. Astronomy was greatly furthered by the invention of the optical telescope. Yes, of course, but modern observations are made in all parts of the spectrum, including X-ray and radio frequencies, using terrestrial and orbital instruments and space probes. Hopefully that little definition helped you understand that word, elongation. The greatest elongation for Mercury and Venus in 2021, in case you're wondering, are January 23rd. Mercury is 19 degrees east of the sun at dusk. March 6th, Mercury is 27 degrees west of the sun at dusk. May 17th, Mercury is 22 degrees east of the sun at dusk. And you're probably wondering, how do I measure degrees again? Well, if you remember my old chart, I should have pulled up the chart again for you. I apologize, but the last video, I had a very easy way to remember angles in the sun, at nighttime. You hold up your hand. If you do this, it's 25 degrees. One pinky is 1 degree. Yeah, it's a very easy mathematical chart for you to understand. Like I said, I try not to make things too complicated for people. It's an easy way of measuring. On July 4th, Mercury is going to be 22 degrees west of the sun at dawn. On October 29th, Venus is 47 degrees east of the sun at dusk. So in case you guys want to look at Mercury or Venus. Also check out Venus on June 4th, when it passes in front of the open cluster minus 35 at dusk. It will be 18 degrees east of the sun, and it'll follow Mars across the Beehive cluster, otherwise known as Misa 44, on July 3rd. it will be 26 degrees east of the sun at dusk. Mars will cross M44 on June 23rd into June 24th. I mean, outer planets orbiting the sun, exterior to the Earth, they can reach opposition, rising up opposite to the setting sun itself. This is the best time to observe any given planet. Basically, it stays above the horizon the entire night. It's easier to watch. On most years, each of the outer planets can reach opposition, but Mars skips alternating years, and 2021 just happens to be the year to catch Mars in opposition. Okay. On March 4th, Vesta reaches opposition at about 6th magnitude in the constellation Leo. You can see Pluto with a very powerful telescope, not with the naked eye, on July 17th in the constellation of Sagittarius. On August 2nd, Saturn reaches opposition in the constellation of Copernicus. On August 20th, Jupiter reaches its opposition at the Capricorn-Aquarius border. It's at a magnitude of minus 2.9. Let's see, in September 14th, Neptune. Yes, Neptune. It's going to reach its opposition in the magnitude of the constellation Aquarius. On November 4th, Uranus, not Uranus, Uranus reaches opposition in the constellation of Aries. Sorry, I'm reading a comment. November 27th, Ceres reaches opposition at plus 7 magnitude in the constellation of Taurus. This is the big sports. Open it up. Sorry, I love Tiki's comments. Some of the best conjunctions in 2021. Basically, if you guys remember, we talked about this. The grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn on December 21st. Basically, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for everybody who did not get a chance to see it. Oh, excuse me. Of course, 2021 happens to be the year of a lot of planetary conjunctions, providing basically a nice celestial pairings. Some of the best celestial pairings and meetups to watch this year. Okay, we're going to go through January. On January 10th, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury will appear close to each other in the evening sky. On March 5th, Mercury, Jupiter, 21 degrees apart. Just 21 degrees apart. Remember my little hand right here? Hold your hand up, it's 25 degrees. Basically, do this. That's 21 degrees. It's about 21 degrees. Let's see. On August 19th, there will be a conjunction of Mars and Mercury. On March 10th, yes, look eastward. Yeah, look eastward. Where's my east? You look eastward. This is where I am, but wherever you are, look east. Look eastward in the morning, the dawn time. You'll see Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn, and the waning crescent moon for about 14 degrees circle at dawn. April 25th, Mercury and Venus are only 1 degree apart at dusk. May 12th, Venus and this very, very, very slim waxing crescent moon are just 1 degree apart at dusk. On July 11th, you guys can look west. Yeah, I pointed that way this time. See, I know where I'm going. You guys, July 11th, look west, and you'll be able to see Venus and Mars and the moon. It'll fit in about a 3-degree circle. Yes, I did love that clock. In case you haven't, hey, Mountains, if you haven't, thank you. I was going to ask you to put a link in there for the clock. It's on my clock. I was talking about July. If you go on July 30th, Mars and Regulus, they're about 36 degrees apart. Hey, Val, Mike, how you doing? Taking a quick break from work? Awesome sauce. Welcome to the show. Yes, on July 30th, Mars and Regulus. they're going to be about 36 degrees apart. So remember, that's 25 with your hand, 25 degrees, and basically add another hand right here. Easy way to measure it. I apologize again. I should have put that little chart up for the hand chart again, but it's on my previous show. Let's see. What else is happening in 2021? We have comets. Yes, comets at perihelion. Every year, comets, they come and go with some normal comets that are basically known. But new comets on an orbital path, they measure in the thousands or millions of years. They are old. Sometimes they appear without warning. Some people ask, hey, does 2021 going to have a big old huge comet or unknown comet? Well, that's the thing. Unknown. We don't know. But, of course, here is a list of some comets to actually see if you have a telescope, binoculars. You can actually, on May 26th, the comet 7P Pons, Winecki, it reaches its perihelion, shining at plus eighth magnitude in the constellation Aquarius. Yes, because it's the age of Aquarius, and stop saying before I get copyright. On July, yes, it is a big arse universe. July. July 13th, the comet 15P Finley. It will reach its perihelion around 9th magnitude in the constellation Taurus. The reason why I'm not telling you where these constellations are is because we are not located on the same plane on the planets. It differs for everybody. So I just want to let you know which constellation to look for. Because I'm not going to tell you, look west, but Taurus may be northeast for you. So I don't want to get everybody confused. Because in August 21st, the comet AP Tuttle, it will be in you can see it in the constellation Cancer. September 17th, comet 6P D'Arrest. Yes, D'Arrest. Little d, apostrophe, capital A, R-R-E-S-T. D'Arrest. It's going to be, it'll reach its perihelion in Sagittarius. On November 3rd, comet 67P Gerasimenko. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Gerasimenko. Duh. It's going to be near the constellation Gemini. And of course, like I said, meteor showers. Yep. There's going to be some wonderful meteor showers throughout this whole 2021 coming up. Of course, we have the faithful August Perseids. Of course, when that's going to happen, don't worry. The moon's going to be waxing, and it'll be safely out of view. So you're going to see a lot on August. Well, let's actually go back to the calendar here. April 22nd is the Lyra meteor shower. You should be able to see about 18 meteors an hour. Hey, what's up? Well, we're trying to figure out what's up with the universe. So we'll talk about 2021, Caddy. Welcome. Let's see. The Lyra, you should be able to, on a clear night, see about 18 meteors per hour. On May 6th, I'm looking forward to this one, the Aquarius meteor. It's going to peak with about 50 of them per hour, basically during a 23% illumination of the crescent moon. So you'll be able to see a lot of them that night on May 6th. These fireballs, they come from Halley's Comet. I am looking forward to this one. I always love this one. And of course, we have on June 7th, the daytime Aristidis peak with duration about 30. August 12th, the Perseids meteor shower with a peak of a ZHR of 100. Yes, you should see about 50 to 100 in an hour. This is what everybody looks forward to in the summer. Perseid meteor peak, yep, it's officially summertime for me. 21st, give or take, but when I see the Perseids, it's summer. And when the Augury meteor shower happens on September 1st, fall happens. Yep. I know. Summer and fall is really short for me, so hey. Oh, dude, I wish you would have took a picture of that mountains. Mountain says one of the best meteors I saw when I was standing on a hilltop. A meteor burnt a hole in the clouds and burnt up in the valley below me just before it hit the ground. Oh, dude, that is awesome sauce, man. I wish I could have seen that. Well, I wish you would have had a picture of that. Well, yes, meteor showers, of course. Duh. On October 10th, if you go outside on a clear night, you'll be able to look at the Taurus meteor shower. The moon's going to be about 22%. A waxing crescent, 22% illumination moon, so you should be able to see some. This meteor shower is from Comet 2P Encke. Yes, this comet basically just reached its perihelion in 2020, and I need another drink. No, I'm not drinking alcohol. It's orange soda. Let's see. We also have on November 17th the Leonid meteor shower. You should be about 15 of these per hour. December 3rd is the great Andromeda's peak. This is about 20 of them per hour or so. You can see these on a clear night. The Geminoids meteor shower on December 14th is one of the greatest winter meteor showers there is. You should see about 150 meteors per hour. Okay, Yvette. Glad you're awake. Welcome. Get some rest, girl. And we'll all talk about some meteor showers. Thanks for coming. Like I said, the Geminoid meteor shower. This is one of the best ones of the wintertime because you should be able to see about 150 meteors per hour. Even if you live in a bright city light with illumination with a light pollution index of 1 or 2, you're going to see some meteor showers if you look up. The best way to adjust your meteor shower, if you're going to watch the meteor shower, is go outside, let your eyes adjust for about 20, 30 minutes or so. Because if you go outside for 5 minutes and you say you don't see anything, you need to let your eyes adjust. Because on December 23rd, the Earth's meteor shower, it's the last meteor shower of the year, and some of these are about 10 to 15 an hour. Let's see. Did you guys know that today is December 30th? Just in case you guys didn't know that. Well, on this day, on December 30th, something very extraordinary happened in the field of science. Like I said before, there's going to be a quiz. Remember what I said earlier about the quiz? This is the quiz. What did I talk about when I said quiz? Does anybody remember? Probably not. Okay, I'll give you guys a chance. I'll tell you the answer anyway. I'm a good teacher. Well, I talked about the expansion of the universe because on this day in 1924, a meeting of scientists began in Washington, D.C. On its last day of the 1st of January, 1925. The main event of this event was a paper read by H.N. Russell, an astronomer, on behalf of the absentee author Edwin Hubble. Although titled About Cephaloid Variables, Hubble's paper gave the first proof that Andromeda was a separate galactic system, basically an island universe far beyond our own Milky Way and equally even larger. Previous scientists basically couldn't tell if nebula, fuzzy clouds of light were within the Milky Way or not. When Edwin Hubble measured the distance of cephaloid stars in the Andromeda Nebula, and showed it was 100,000 times as far away as the nearest stars, proof, it was a separate galaxy. He wrote a letter to Harlow Shapley on February 19th, 1923, about his very first measurements. And the New York Times, 1924, published and told the public before the meeting. Basically, I want to thank everybody for showing up today. And before I end the show, since we talked about Edwin Hubble on his discovery, I want to close the show out with a little quote from Edwin Hubble. He said, "We find them smaller and fainter in constantly increasing numbers, and we know that we are reaching into space farther and farther until, with the faintest nebula that can be detected with the greatest telescopes, we arrive at the frontier of the known universe." I want to thank everyone for joining us. And when we ask everybody, hey, what's up with the universe?